Greetings, folks. This is Cross Train coming to you today from the game called Satisfactory. It's a game that is released by Coffee Stain Studios. It's been on the Epic Store exclusively for about a year and just recently released to Steam, which is when I picked it up. And I gotta tell you, this kind of sits right in my wheelhouse of games that I love these days. Single player. This is more of a management game, not a city builder. It's all about production and factory building. But the basis is sort of the same as it is for most city builder games. It gets more complex as you go and so on and so forth. But the sun is just coming up here on a beautiful day here in Satisfactory. I am in a northern portion of the map, northwest to be precise. It's one of the starting spawn locations in a desert, not dunes, but just a dry land that's right along the coast. So we're going to take a look around. I am looking towards some of the rest of the map. There's a real desert, duney desert over there. And the map is freaking huge. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you a tour around, give you a look at what I'm doing these days in Satisfactory. I'm hoping this fog burns off as the morning comes up and I can kind of show you where I am. I have about 25 hours in this particular game right now, and I've got a main factory that is right there in the fog below my Space Needle. It's about 1,300 meters away from where I stand right now. The site I'm at right now is my coal production site. Actually, I have some coal power generators there that uses water and coal to burn steam and provide power. And I've got 3 pure coal mines in this location, 1, 2, and 3. The purity of a mine will determine in a foundational way how much ore you can pull out of these mines, and that's true of all different resources early in the game particularly. But with every type of miner, you get more advanced miners that pull more out and all that good stuff. But there's 3 pure coal mines, and this is critical for amping up your power supply, which I needed to do as I was going along. Like I said, I'm getting about 25 hours into this game. It's starting to clear a little bit. You can see a little bit over here, but not great. Anyways, I'm going to show you each of my 5 little production sites that I have set up, being this one, which is my coal mining site. I also have some power there. Right down in the valley where I'm looking at right in there is actually my coal power plants. So I've got 8, whereas I have 4 generators here. I've got 8 down in the valley on another little lake. That's where you see all this coal is going to. I am currently, I don't know, 200 meters above the valley floor, which you can see a river right down there. So I had to build these steps up to this point. So this coal here is going down to the coal power plant and powering those down there. This coal here is going and is part of the production line for steel, which I'm also producing. So let's go ahead and jump down from here. Hope my parachute deploys. Hey, it did. Sometimes I forget to put my parachute on, so I don't float down nicely as I am right now. So you can see there's my coal plant here. A couple of my coal mines right here. I just kind of show you what one of these looks like, and I'm gonna mark one miner on this. It's calling for a little more coal, so it is. Oh wait, and here's my pet doggo, lizard doggo. So stinking cute. Let's see. Oh, he brought me. Oh, look at that. Brought me a carcass. Nice work. I wish I could pet him right now. You actually tame these guys by taking out some fruit that you find around, and once you put it on the ground, they'll come up and eat it, and you pet them, and then they will follow you wherever you go, unless you go down a 200-foot mine, which I'm going to show you right over here. For now, this is my hypertube, which we will get to see later. But for now, let's see if I can see down into this valley any better than... Yeah, I can see a little bit better than... Okay. So I'm going to take a look just from here. You can see right down in here. There's my coal power. You see there, that's my steel ingot production facility there. There is my main factory from a distance. Like I said, I'm probably 1,200 meters from here. I've got an iron producing facility over there. And then I have oil production through that mountain you can't see from here. So let's go to our iron producing facility and take a look there. And welcome back. I am now at my coal mining facility that's off-site from the main factory, because the main factory does have several iron ore sites that I am extracting from as well. However, these are two pure iron mines that I am pulling iron ore from, and from that producing 3 of your basic building blocks in this game. The smelters here, and there's 4 smelters here, are turning this raw iron ore into iron ingots right here, which are then in turn being turned into iron rods, screws, which you can almost never produce enough of, but screws, and iron plates should be over here somewhere. Iron plates here. So those are kind of the 3 primary building blocks from your iron production. I also have in this facility, because I have a pure limestone mine, I'm also creating cement, which is a foundation, a building block, for instance, for all these foundations that I'm using in the walls. They use concrete, which is what that produces there. All of this stuff, as you can see, comes over to the edge of this platform, pushing them downhill, and then all 4 of those lines come together there and head off towards my main factory, which is right there. So let us, where I was just a minute ago, you can see I was right up there. There's the bridge going up to my coal mining factory. I was on that hill right there to start this video. Should have stopped at my coal power production plant, but we'll do that next. See you back here in just a second. And greetings from my coal power plant, my main plant, I should say, because I do have Up on the hill where the coal mines are, I do of course have 4 coal generators producing 300 megawatts of power. These are your coal generators. Let's see if I can squeak under here. They are large beasts. Each of these takes coal and water and produces 75 megawatts or gigawatts, whatever it is. Let's take a look and see. Megawatts. Each of these produces 75 megawatts of power running at full speed. You can see that I'm producing 900 megawatts in total. Right now I'm using, it peaks out right near 600. And this is really dependent on what machines are running at what time. And there you go. This ran at 650, in fact. So I'm at the point where I need to expand my coal production power. But these are my first 4 machines. And then I added, shortly thereafter, this secondary plant here where I put 4 more for another 300 megawatts of power. You see I've already built the concrete platform out there to put 4 more plants there. This is the water extractor here that pushes the water up to the machines. There's some pumps on these because I have to pump it uphill. This one I have a pump on it, but doesn't really need it a whole lot because it will provide some push up anyways from the pump itself. Anyways, that will supply those 4, and then I'll put another one over there to supply 4 more. That'll give me 300 more. At some point here soon, I will get a different type of power that will provide much more power than what these do. These guys are all over the place, totally harmless. They're kind of interesting when they stand up on their back legs, but they're also, hopefully the devs will keep doing some work on them because they clip through stuff, and which is fine. This game is, I believe, still in early access, but the only time it's a pain in the butt is when they get into your main factory, which, by the way, is right there. The coal mines where I started are up there. You can see that I'm bringing the coal down here to these 2 plants. I also am bringing one of those lines of coal over here to a steel ingot producing plant. And steel ingots require coal and iron to create steel ingots right there, which then you turn into steel products. You can see my main factory there. This steel ingot production is going into, this is a truck stop, and then I have created a path for an automated truck that will come and pick up my steel ingots and take it back to my factory and drop them off there. So I'll sit here long enough to hopefully pick up the truck coming back to pick up some steel for me. The factory at this point is not very far away. As you can see, it's right there. And the steel, it's very helpful. Here comes my truck right now. You can see it coming along. You create a path for these things, and then you set them on autopilot basically, and they will follow the path that you set for them. You see that it'll come in, put in. The truck stop will automatically load the truck up. You will go back to the factory and do the same in reverse there. He'll unload back in the factory, which is then shipped out to various production lines to create steel products. So that's how that works. So next, let's head out to our oil production facility. See you in just a minute. And welcome back to oil production territory. We are approximately 1,200 meters, maybe 1,300 meters, almost directly south of our main factory there at this point. And here we have two, so far, oil wells set up. One is over there behind there, and one is directly here. So these are pumping raw oil into my refineries. So I got 3 refineries set up, and they are producing various different products made from oil. I've got plastics here, got rubber there, and then there's a byproduct of all that that goes in this tube. It's a liquid. So in this tube it goes over to this refinery, which then makes a coke, refined coke product, which can be used for energy. It also is used for other manufacturing later in the production chain as we go. So as you can see, it's a little bit different. The fauna is a little different over here. We're on an island right here, by the way. These are a set of islands that have the oil near my location, but you can see the fauna is different. Trees are green instead of whatever blue and orange and funky colors they are over there in the more deserty land. And as you move south from here, continue moving south, it gets even more. In fact, one of the first spawn locations when you do the first area in this game is south a couple of thousand meters from here. It took me a while before I realized that all the spawn locations are actually on the same map, just different regions. But that's well over there. I haven't been there from here as of yet because I'm just setting up my chains. Anyways, oil production, all of this stuff gets bussed back to the main factory, as you can see on these lines. And we are going to go to the main factory next.